Well, hey, Belle, it's Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to yet another review, girl, on Belle Collective. So let's go ahead and let's talk about it, okay? Sistervention that took place. Tisha tells Aikisha that she been looking for an Oscar for 50 years. Not you over here coming for this lady age, honey. So Aikisha tells her to get off her ass or whatever. And then Aikisha says, let's go back to your whack ass brunch. Oh, wow. So Tisha calls her a BIT and says that she has her messed up and calls her an invited intruder. Wow, wow, wow. So Tisha keep talking about a seat at the table and how Aikisha begged for it. So I'm over here thinking to myself, yeah, Tisha got some stuff going on with her and she trying to put it off on Aikisha. You got your own insecurities or whatever going on, which is what Aikisha called it, and that's what I agree with. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. It's the fact that Tisha called that lady out her name and the lady didn't even call her out her name. But yikes, okay? Let's go ahead and keep going. So Aikisha, like I said, tells Tisha that she was insecure. Tisha says that Aikisha is insecure because no one wanted her when she was born. Wow, wow, wow. We'll revisit that. So Aikisha says, my granddad left me generational wealth and yours left you a story. Girl, I hollered when she said that. Okay? I hollered when she said, like, damn. Okay? Because that is a read you. I feel you give somebody, girl, when somebody trying to comfort you. Like, girl, you want to sit up here and talk about my family didn't want me, my granddaddy left me this or that. My family passed down this. So what your family passed down? But you want to talk about somebody not want somebody. Okay, I'm on your ass at this point. Anything goes. So I do think that was messed up for Tisha to throw in her face that, you know, your family didn't want you or something like that. I do think that's messed up because later on in this episode, we're going to learn more about Aikisha's family and, you know, what happened with her. But I just feel like that was messed up because, Tisha, you striking me as a person that if I share things with you in confidence, you're going to turn around because you're mad and you're feeling away and you're insecure. You're going to turn around and take that same information and throw it in my face. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, I relate to that because I had somebody do that to me. But it had nothing to do with me. It had everything to do with what that person had going on. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't like this shit. I don't like that at all. But anyway, girl, let's go ahead and let's keep going, okay? So Tisha brings up Tambra telling them that they were ugly, okay? So then Tisha brings that up and Tambra said, girl, I ain't never called you ugly. And then she was like, girl, call Marie, because that's what Tambra said, okay? And keep in mind, Akisha said, well, if Tambra told you that shit, then she a motherfucking lie. So they called Marie, and Marie confirms that Tambra did tell them that. And I said, see, I knew Tambra ass was on some humbug. So what they're saying that Akisha said is, oh, they ain't got no more pretty girls in Mississippi or whatever. Now, I'm not necessarily believing she said that. I mean, she very well could have said it thinking she talking to a good homegirl or whatever. But what we can confirm is she didn't blatantly say that they was ugly. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know who took that and ran with it. It sounds like Tambra was the one that took it and ran with it. Whereas, you know, Tambra tried to go along with Mel or whatever, or say it out her mouth. Whichever one, she kind of agreed with the fact that that's what Tisha took. Tisha took that and ran with it, okay? But Tisha would have never had to take anything and run with it had you never said it or brought it up, right? And I believe that Tambra tried to say that Akisha was joking or whatever when she said that. So then Akisha said, okay, so let's just say that I was joking. What information would that be to tell for you to run back and talk to the girls when this is somebody she's known for years, since high school? And do you want to sit up there and try and play that lady like that? You know what I'm saying? You want to run back and say, oh, well, she said this about y'all. She said that about y'all. Oh, wow. How messy is that? You know, and then Akisha was like, girl, I'm from Jackson. So what the hell do I look like saying that about other Jackson women? Like, I'm from Jackson. I'm going to say it's not Miss Aikisha, girl. Understand, child. You could be from wherever you from and still be talking down on the ladies in the area. You know what I'm saying? So it's possible, girl. It's possible. Things are happening every day. Anyway, girl, it's possible. It's possible. But anyway, girl, let's keep going. So Tisha tells Tambra that she wish she would have kept it 100 with her, because now I believe Tisha is believing that Akisha never said this and that Tambra is full of shit. Okay, so Tisha says that she only got bad blood with Aikisha because of Tambra. No, you also got bad blood with Aikisha because of your own insecurities. You didn't like that she came for you at your brunch. Them plates was not motherfucking clean, and it was what it was, and she called your ass out and you couldn't take it. So yeah, all it was that Tambra added fuel to the fire. Let's be very clear about that too. Now we understand that y'all made up, but y'all really didn't. You feel what I'm saying? Girl, you the one who came to the damn Marie brunch or dinner, whatever, birthday thing, talking about how you wasn't feeling her right out the gate, and then want to turn around and talk about her calling y'all ugly or whatever the case was, using that as yet another excuse as to why you can't connect to her or whatever, but you want to use her resources and play friendly and all that other shit. Girl, good night and good the fuck bye. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, girl, like, don't be trying to put that all on Tambra as to why you got the issue with that lady. You got the issue with that lady for yourself, okay? But anyway, so let's go ahead and keep moving on. So Tambra says that she knows what was said or whatever like that. She knows what was said. And Tambra says Akisha was playing when she said it. And that's when Akisha said, so let's say that we was playing. What would it be? Why would it be a thing or whatever for you? Why would that be a thing for you to run back and tell the other ladies though? You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if I'm playing. Like, what the fuck? Like, it was nothing. See, you did. And see, that's the thing. I'm glad she highlighted that. Like, what would that be for? If I'm playing a game, what would that be for you to run that information back to the other ladies? If we joking or whatever the case is. Now, you was being messy as fuck. And you got found the fuck out. That's what that really was. Let's be very clear about that. Tambra was being messy as hell. Tambra, in my honest opinion, I felt like you were trying to gatekeep these ladies. I feel like because of Aikisha's, connection or whatever her family has to the entire city, very long running, she probably got different treatment. She probably was popular. She could have been the most popular girl out of the quote unquote pretty girls or whatever the case may be. Okay, out of your good friends, and she always had leverage over you, right? So you may have thought. So now that she's joining in to be a part of this group, you're giving gatekeeper. You're trying to gatekeep this group. Like, now I finally got something that's over her, so she got to go through me in order to get to the other ladies, okay? Because the ladies continue to expose your ass, which is crazy, okay? Now, okay, so then Tambra decides she's finna go ahead and get loud with Akisha, which makes me believe, which was crazy. She was like, I said what you told me that you said that. So then Akisha stood up and said, wait a minute, baby, because I think you may have me mistaken, girl. I think you may have me mistaken, girl. So she stood up on her, and of course, Tambra stood up because I felt like her card was already pulled. Right? She was already called out for pretty much being a liar. And then she wanted to fake pump in front of these ladies. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. Some people may think, nah, she was doing that because she was telling the truth and Akisha was lying. Okay. And that's your theory. Okay. So for me, girl, I feel like she was trying to fake pump in front of these other ladies on this show. Okay, she's trying to sit up here and people please or whatever the case may be to Tisha and them. Because I do believe Tambra is a person that goes over there with Akisha and could possibly talk about the ladies. And then turn around and go over there with Tisha and them and could possibly be talking about Akisha. She definitely is giving me two-way street. Okay, so absolutely, she over there fake pumping. So then Tambra and Akisha, like I said, they stand up on each other good. Latrice done ran over there trying to get it to the middle at first. Tisha telling Latrice, girl, you can sit your ass down. Hilarious. But Latrice still goes over there. She gets in the middle of Tambra and Akisha. Tambra says, girl, you ain't gotta do all that. You ain't gotta do all that, girl, because old girl know me. Akisha know me. Well, let's talk about Akisha knowing you, because this is so comical and funny to me. Because Akisha put over there on her Twitter page the video. She put a clip from the video, and she pretty much drug Miss I ain't gonna say drug, but she pretty much called out Miss Tambra, basically saying how she don't know her. So don't be sitting up here acting like you do know me when I really don't even know you like that. So give me a second, because I want to find that, and I want to talk to you guys real quick about that. So Akisha made this post, right? And she says, woo child, my friends and I have literally spent the last hour laughing our asses off at this clip. Akisha, you know me. Akisha, you know me. Akisha says, nah, I don't know you. But what was known is I'm too classy to bust that ass on national TV. What we know is the difference between TV gangsters and real life stats. And what we definitely know is that this is hilarious. Girl, stop playing. Yikes. Okay. Miss Akisha definitely posted this clip and went in on Miss Tambra. Girl, Miss Tambra, last week it was Tisha on your head. Now this week you got Miss Akisha on your head. Wow, wow, wow. Well, either way, Miss Tambra, girl, Miss Tam. Good luck. Let's go ahead and, girl, let's move on, okay? So Tambra says if she didn't like Aikisha, she would say that. But the ladies call her out about not wanting to be in a group chat with Aikisha either. Ooh, baby. And Marie was on FaceTime to confirm. Tambra sat up there and said she didn't want to be in a group chat if Aikisha was going to be a part of the group chat. And then now Tambra want to sit up here and act like she didn't remember. Like, Tambra, girl, you be so bogus, shawty. I believe that you did say that. I do believe that you did say that. At first, you couldn't tell the difference between she throwing shade and she's shady. One of the two. Okay, so you couldn't make a difference between that. Then you couldn't differentiate and make sure the story was clear about they ain't got no more pretty girls in Jackson versus her just blatantly calling them ugly. You know what I'm saying? Then, on top of that, you just sat up here and said that you didn't want to be in a group chat with her. And then now you sit up here saying that you don't remember. Girl, cut it the fuck out, okay? Cut it the fuck out. And that's where it truly gave me gatekeeper. I said, oh, okay, you intimidated. You is intimidated. You feel a way about Miss Girl. And this is a long-standing issue that you've had with Tambra for many years, honey. That's what it is giving. And you trying to gatekeep the group. You better be careful before you find your damn self on the outside of that group. Understand, okay? So let's go ahead and keep going. So of course Latrice wanted to get the greedy, honey. So we get the greedy. So they speak on Tambra and Damon, and not knowing that she was actually with him because they saw her hanging out with another man. That is, and she's so focused on saying, nah, girl, nah, we just platonic friends. We just platonic friends when it comes to that other man that don't even live in the state, according to Miss Tambra. But I don't know, because now it does have me thinking how Tisha is thinking. Tisha's like, something's not up with Tambra. Tambra probably out here lying. Like, Tambra done did so much lying at this damn dinner. That hell, she probably lying about that too. Like, do you and Greedy got an open ass relationship? Because that's what it's giving. Is the relationship open? Okay? So much you are more than positive that he does not have a emotional connection with her. Are you sure? Okay, so Tisha apologizes. Long story short, let's move on. Tisha apologizes to Akisha and then tells her, and I'm pretty, sis. And I say, and yes, you are. Okay, yes, you are. You are very pretty. So then Akisha accepts the apology and wants to put Plategate to rest, okay? But also says that she watching them hoes because pretty much they fake, okay? That's how she feeling. Now, Latrice is looking for a new location for her hair store. So she gets with Sophia, helping her out. The location is nice, but because it's historic, she can't make the changes that she wants. So she gonna keep looking. I don't necessarily blame her on that, okay? When it's historic, I probably don't want to touch it too much, okay? Now, they did talk about Latrice reconsidering having kids, but still wants to wait a while. It's no longer a hard no for her. So it is like a yes, it's just a right now. But I'm not going to lie, I hollered when I saw the previews of next week's episode, and Cliff says, if you want to get a baby up, then I'm going to give you up. Or something like that. He said, if you get a child up for adoption, I'm going to give you up for adoption. Or whatever it was. It was just hilarious a bit to me. But I'll go ahead and watch the episode next week. Anyway, so let's get back to Aikisha. So Aikisha tells her husband about the sistervention and how the lady spoke on not liking her. And how Tisha says that she was born into a family that didn't want her. Yikes. So what ended up happening was Aikisha spoke on her biological parents who were not together at the time that they conceived her. They were never together. I guess they was just full out line. I don't know if either one of them could have been married or something like that. And that's how she came about, or if they just was in like a situationship, as she stated, like they just weren't dating, and they ended up getting pregnant with her. So I guess her biological mom did not want her, so she gave her to her aunt. Okay, so she gave her to her aunt, and her aunt raised her, and she, has a really close relationship with her aunt because, that's like her mama, right? So that's what the history is behind Aikisha's story and her not being raised, directly by her mom. And I do wonder some more particulars, like how old was your mom at the time? Was your mom a very young mom when this ended up happening, and she just felt like she was too young to have a child, and the aunt was much older, and she chose to, raised you because she was more, better off, all the way put together more than your mom or something like that. I just would like to know the details. But what I am glad for when it comes to situations like that she wasn't given away to strangers. She was still able to still be with her family, kind of like Kenya Moore, I guess you could say. Like with Kenya's situation, her mom didn't want her, and I think the aunt and the dad or whoever, right, grandma, somebody raised Kenya, but she still was within her family, so she knew whose was. So I do wonder about that, and I also wonder about Aikisha's relationship with her mom now. I know she said she resented her mom a lot, earlier on, but I don't know where they are today. So I would love to know, where they are today. But there's that. And I didn't really like that Tisha said that, because like I told y'all earlier, it just made me think about a person. If you confide into somebody about things, and they turn around and throw that up in your face, like, I can't say that I would ever trust you with information again. So then, because I can't trust you with information, my personal information, because at some point you were a safe space and now that space no longer seems safe for me, I don't know if I could like really be your friend on that level. We could probably kiki and go to here this restaurant, whatever, with the group of the girls or whatever like that, but I don't know if it'll ever go beyond the surface. But anyway, let's go ahead and keep going. Now Tambra talks with Melanie, and Tambra says that Akisha never said ugly, but that was Tisha's interpretation. And I'm sitting over here like, the lies. This what you said, girl. That's how I felt. This what you said. Okay. Somebody, that was Tisha's interpretation, because, and the reason why I feel like that's what Tambra said, because I just felt like she did not blatantly, like the way she went in on Tambra, she didn't really blatantly tell Tisha, or did she? Maybe she did, but I just felt like she didn't tell Tisha, like, girl, now I did not tell you the word ugly. Girl, that is not what the fuck I said. You know that. But maybe she did deny it, okay? She probably did. Let's say that she did. Either way, it is what it is, okay? Tambra is doing an event, okay, with the radio station, and she's going to have Mel walk in, and she's also going to have Sogucci walk in, and so we'll see that at a later time. And speaking of Sogucci, let's get to her and JJ. So Sophia's daughter feels like when JJ and Sophia got together, her and her brother had beef with JJ and his kids, okay, because she felt like Sophia needed to make, in my opinion, more of an impression on JJ and his children, right? She already got her kids. Y'all not going nowhere. Y'all gonna always be there. But as far as his kids, she probably felt the need to do the most to try and get their approval. That's how I read the situation. Now, they never had face-to-face convos about their issues, but basically D has always felt like an outsider when it comes to the three girls, Sanjay, Star, and the other sister, okay? Sanjay and her twin sisters, okay? She always felt like she was the outsider. She also talked about how she felt like she was bullied and how they were so mean. And then one of the twins says that they tried to include her and stuff, but she just always wanted to feel like the outcast. So then D says that she felt like because she didn't know if it was because she was darker than them. And then Sanjay said, oh no, definitely wasn't that. It definitely wasn't that, and then D is saying, I'm just saying, it's just how I felt. And then one of the twins is letting her know, like, but see, that's the thing though, a lot of times you assumed how we felt about you. Like, a lot of times you assumed situations and that's what it was. And whenever we would try to get closer to you, you would push us away. So what you want us to do with that? And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, listening to this conversation, to me sounded like, D, your issue is with Sophia. Your issue primarily is with Sogucci. I am sure as children, those young ladies made you feel uncomfortable. So they definitely share some type of fault, right? I get that. But not all of it is on them. Because leading off the conversation, when they first opened up the conversation, they had her in the confessional. They had D in the confessional talking about how her mom would pretty much cater to JJ and his daughters. Right? So I think at some point D was feeling like she wasn't getting the alone time with her mom that she wants, because that's what she's used to. And the dynamic started to shift. It's, like when they came in, the dynamic shift, and she never got that time back with her mom. So it caused her to kind of like react in a way by rebelling against those girls and not trying to develop a closer relationship, because honestly what it looks like is that she could have been a bit envious to Star and Star, Sky, and Sanjay. Like, that's what it was looking like. Okay, you were being a bit envious in the relationship or the love or the energy your mom was giving to them over you. Not saying your mama didn't love you at all, but I believe they probably got special attention and you felt the way about that. And I feel like that's more so an issue to deal with your mama than it is for you to sit up here and deal with these girls. Granted, they could have been at fault for some stuff and how they made you feel. I'm sure that's how little girls are. They get catty, comparison, doing all this little nitpicky whatever stuff. They do that, yes. But also, go ahead and look at your mama and have a talk with her too, because that's where a lot of your deep-rooted issues is coming from. If you ask me, okay, that's just what it is that I think, okay? Ain't nobody asked me, so you can do what you want to do with that information. All right? So, let's go ahead and move on. They kind of came to a resolve, I guess. So, I said D may be the problem child, okay? That's just what I was thinking, okay? JJ tells them that they need to let go of the past and focus on making good memories in the future. D about to have this baby, and when she had this baby, she really gonna need family at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So let's focus on that. Now, I did want to highlight something. I was like, why did Sophia say that Selena wasn't in their life at the time? Selena, where was you? Selena's, where was you at? Because it sounded like, and I don't know, did I hear that wrong? Because it definitely sounded like Sophia said that, you know? It sounded like she said Selena was not around like that. She wasn't involved in their life that much at one point. So she had to be the mom or you know, play in the role of, or whatever the case is. She had to show up for them. So I'm just confused. I'm like, when? Because if y'all just met like, 14 years ago or however many years ago, wasn't their mama very much so active in their life as we've seen her all on the show of Dancing Dolls? So did I mishear that? I could have. Guys, go ahead and hop down in the comments and let me know if I missed that, because I'm a little confused, okay? Let's go ahead and let's move on. Okay, let's get to the fashion show. So Mel and Sophia walked the runway, and JJ had me screaming. I love JJ so far. I always loved him. He is comical as hell. The way he got up on this stage and started throwing money behind his wife. But what I did not like was how he made the show about him at the very end. He threw more money and did his stands like sexual chocolate. I was like, girl, what is this man doing? Now you just walk down the aisle and just put money all behind your wife for whatever reason, child. Making her look like whatever and you her pimp. But you just gave her all the money. And then you sit up here making the show about you towards the end. Girl, I was over here cackling, okay? Now, Damon came and gave Tambra some flowers. Now, when he gave her the flowers, I didn't really like her response to him. Her response to him was more so like he was a stranger, like, thank you. And from that moment, it made me think about Tisha again. Her response and reaction to me did not give the reaction, and everybody's different, but how I saw it. Her reaction to me did not give me the reaction of this is my man for some reason, because I don't care how many people I'm in front of and my man walk up to the stage giving me flowers. I'm going to be like, oh, babe, thank you, baby, or something like that. I'm going to say, you know what I'm saying? Because then it's just like, it's going to be like a moment where it's like, I'm only seeing me and that person in the room and I'm reacting naturally. Like, I don't know, but something was off about that. So it's making whatever Tisha was thinking about them come up more and more and more for me. Like, what is really going on, girl? So we get to the after show, and Tisha does pull Damon to the side to talk to him about Tisha. And Damon says that he's not going to give it any time of day. He's not really going to give it that much attention. So he says he's going to be going home to Tambra, and he the one that's going to have to wipe her tears at the end of the day when y'all bring her this bullshit. So then Damon says that Tambra caught the flack of the negativity. And if y'all such a sisterhood, then you're supposed to be uplifting each other. Why are you doing that? But I also feel like with the sisterhood, you're supposed to look out for each other too. So if this is indeed true that you were messing around with somebody else while talking to their homegirl, they should be able to tell her. You feel what I'm saying? So what the hell are you talking about, sir? That's what your homeboys would do. But anyway, I also feel like with Damon, he's the type to probably get in Tambra's head. When we watched them in the confessional, it was giving, and I don't have time for any of that. And I'm so focused. Like the things that she was saying was making me think about Tisha and Marceau with Tambra and Damon. So it's like he's getting in her psyche. And even if she does believe that there's a hint that he could have been messing with somebody else, she's not really going to bring it to the forefront because she's so focused on getting a ring. And this is the closest she's going to get to getting a ring with him. So she's just going to go ahead and just, try and make all well in her household and then continue to just, say whatever he wants her to say to the people. But knowing the whole time she really bothered. She just try to act like she not. Girl, either way, good luck. let's keep going. So Damon says that, so then Damon does kind of admit, in my opinion, that whatever happened between him and Tisha happened in 2014. But now she want to bring it up years later. Now that's a very strong possibility that the information could be very much so old. And in an effort to probably get on the show, get a little bit of camera time, she could be bringing this to the forefront. But I was going to say this. I was going to say I have a hard time believing this lady would bring this to the forefront all these many years later. In 2014, and in 2023, all these years, like, why bring it up now? It's so motherfucking old. But at the same time, I'm like, it is a possibility that it's old, and she could brought it to the forefront. If I look at Tisha in this whole situation about her man having an affair and then turning around and having another child, and y'all trying to make that a part of y'all storyline, is old as shit. Yet she's bringing it to the show, trying to act like she's super hurt. Like, you still wearing this ring even after he proposed to you and texted a whole nother woman. Like, girl, anyway, I'm like, did he really text another woman, or did you need to say that to say that it was another issue that didn't happen more recently? Just so y'all can have a storyline for the show. Because Tisha and them storyline giving me fake, giving me Rashida and Kirk, giving me I ain't never leaving, no matter what the hell y'all talking about, okay? And then I'm gonna pop up pregnant by Glenn again. Give me a few more years of being on this show. Same thing with Rashida. Like, that's all I'm hearing, and that's all I'm seeing with them. So seeing that Tisha is a good friend of Tisha's, girl, I wouldn't be surprised if Tisha gave her the play, like, yeah, girl, you trying to get on the show. Is there anything? What can you bring? Well, I mean, I used to talk to Tambra man back in whatever. Okay, bet, we could work with that. So, girl, ain't no telling. I don't trust it. But anyway, we'll see. Because it's weird. Because I'm not trusting everything Tisha's saying. But I'm also not trusting Damon either, because of how he moving. Like, how he moves makes it seem like y'all did have something going on more recently than just 2014. You feel what I'm saying? So, girl, anyway, let's get to Treese. So, Treese also says that they hiding something. Based on how Damon is acting, I believe, and how Tambra is acting. So, Damon is telling Tisha to leave Tambra alone, but I think that he's not really telling them to leave her alone. I feel like he might be, but he's really talking about Tisha. Like, leave her alone. Like, don't bring none of that negativity. Don't bring none of that over there to Tambra, because then he's gonna have to deal with it, and he don't want to have to deal with it. Yeah, that's what most men do. They never want to deal with it. They just want to continue to create another lie to make up for that lie, to make up for that lie. You know what I'm saying? Then to get in your psyche and all this other stuff. Like, ain't nobody got time for this shit. But go ahead, Tambra. That's your man. Stick beside him, girl. So he says it should be brought to him when it comes to drama. It shouldn't be brought to her. I mean, truthfully, yeah, it need to be coming to your motherfucking door. Okay, it really should. But she's still gonna catch wind of it because she's in a relationship with you. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely should be coming to your door. Period. But anyway, so some security guy at some point when everybody's talking, he decides he finna come up there, interrupt, and bust up the motherfucking groove, and then pretty much make Tambra and Damon leave. Girl, I thought that was so funny. And Tambra acting like she's still trying to have a conversation with the ladies, but we are going to see at a later time that Tambra did bring security, and that was her security. I was wondering if it was Greedy's security, but it ended up being Tambra's security. So the ladies are going to be eating her up about that as well. I would like to know why she ended up having security. Like, I do know that she had an event that had some other celebrities there. Like, only other person I saw was Gary with the T. I mean, it could have been other people in the audience, other people that may have walked. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't really know why Tambra needed to have security or whatever. I guess because she's a radio show host and now she's on this TV show. So let's just have security just in case. But I ain't gonna lie, the man, it kind of looked like what he finna do. Girl, what this man finna do? Like, girl, I guess, honey, listen. Child, that's all that I got. I want you guys to go ahead and hop down in the comments and let me know your overall thoughts on Belle Collective, honey. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, or follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie, that's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.